1, 2. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Good morning, folks. We'll be starting in about three minutes or so. Just wanted to give you a few quick reminders. We'd appreciate it if you silenced your mobile devices. When your graduate comes up, you feel free to stand to get photos. And cheering for your graduate's great. Just be mindful of the next graduate coming and cut off so we can keep things moving. Thank you. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Good morning, everyone. Administrators, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026 at the Walker School. Before we begin, I'd like to start off with a scripture from Proverbs 3. Blessed are those who find wisdom and those who gain understanding. For the gain of her is better than the gain from silver, and her profits are better than gold. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand, and in her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her. Those who hold her fast will be blessed. Thank you.
We are gathered today in a spirit of profound gratitude. We thank you for the gift of this day, for the health and strength that have brought us into the finish line, and for the opportunity to celebrate our shared achievements. We ask for a blessing upon this graduating class. As we step out from the familiar halls of our school and into the vastness of the world, grant us a spirit of discernment. Help us to recognize the truth, to act with unwavering integrity, and to remain steadfast when our values are tested. Fill our hearts with compassion. Remind us that our successes are most meaningful when they are used to lift others up. May the education we have received here become a source of healing and hope in the communities we will soon serve. We also lift up those who have walked beside us, our parents, teachers, and friends. We thank you for their patience, their sacrifices, and the unconditional love that has fueled our journey. As we begin this ceremony, may we be filled with a sense of peace and daring hope for the future. May we leave this place ready to be a light in the world. Amen. Please be seated.
Good morning and welcome, family, alumni, faculty, and the class of 2026. We are gathered here to celebrate the hard work that has landed all of us here, support systems that have enabled us to reach this point, and the ambitions each of us has been inspired to dream for, inspired to reach for, and inspired to achieve. Inspiration is a difficult concept to define. Too often, attempted definitions of it slip into conflations with motivation. But this is a false conflation. Motivation is driven by external forces pushing on us, grades, raises, and if we're being honest, the occasional Instagram reel. We go looking for motivation, and when we find it, it inevitably comes with an expiration date. Meanwhile, inspiration is something different. It sparks from within when you least expect it. It comes from a morning cup of coffee, an offhand remark by Mr. Bradford, or on days like today, it comes from standing here looking at all of you. But being inspired by all of you is not a new experience for me. For almost a decade now, I've watched you all conduct yourselves with grace, and I've watched you all apply creativity to problems I didn't even know existed. I could not be more grateful for that experience. As we go forward in life and face untold challenges, I'd ask you to look back on our time together and similarly draw upon it for inspiration. For me, I draw inspiration from my 5th grade trip to Driftwood, and us dropping raw eggs off a ladder in the name of physics. Looking back, it was perhaps the first of many times I watched this group of people attack a problem with genuine creativity and zero fear of making a mess. Some of you engineered contraptions that probably belonged in a NASA proposal. Others of us took a more optimistic approach and wrapped our eggs in nothing more than a prayer and some bubble wrap. Either way, the spirit was the same. Try something, commit to it fully, and don't worry too much about the splatter. Furthermore, I'll continue to rely upon the inspiring, nuanced discussion I've had with some members of our faculty. the kind of conversations that make you walk out of a classroom saying something differently than when you walked in. And I mean that in every sense of the phrase. There is a particular kind of inspiration that comes from mentors and friends who do not let the lazy or easy answer, who do not let the uninformed idea go unchallenged, who do not prioritize comfort over true intellectual vigor. An inspiration that has driven you to bring classroom discussions to the lunch table, spend weekends working on GSR projects, and take classes many students at other schools couldn't even fathom. The key bonds we have formed with the individuals around us will, indubitably, serve as touchstones along our journey and guide us. The close ties that we have all formed might not have been with people we initially thought would matter. A class size like ours means that the person next to you might not have been who you imagined getting to know, but nevertheless, overnight trips to Savannah, late-night bus rides back from Lake Oconee, and frantic early morning club meetings have forced you to get to know them. These experiences have planted little seeds that will blossom into unforeseeable gardens, and in the future will push us to plant new gardens wherever we go. And so, as we leave here, I'd ask you to never lose the inspiration these moments have the opportunity to provide you with, because inspiration is the very essence that fuels our ambitions. And thus, having been myself inspired by a 30-year tradition, I would like to conclude with 3 hopefully relevant, but otherwise unrelated quotes. From New Wave author Harlan Ellison, "You are not entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to your informed opinion. No one is entitled to be ignorant." From President Calvin Coolidge, "Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent." And from Horace's Odes, "Omnis una mat nox, one night waits for us all." Congratulations, class of 2026. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Good morning, and congratulations to the class of 2026. I'd like to start by thanking parents, family, friends, and faculty. Without all of you, we wouldn't be here today, so thank you all. Before I start, I'd like to say what an honor it is to be standing up here as a valedictorian. However, I know the bigger honor is beating my 2 alumni brothers, Charlie and Matt. If you have an older sibling, you know I'll be using this in sibling arguments for years to come. But despite the fact that I'm standing up here greeting all of you today, the truth is I almost didn't finish this speech. I am secretly a horrible procrastinator. I spent hours watching old speeches on YouTube, brainstorming ideas, and waiting for the right idea to click. But that just left me with an empty Google Doc a couple days ago, so clearly that didn't work. But my procrastination wasn't out of laziness or lack of care, but it was because I cared too much about doing things right, or about waiting for that right idea or moment to click. Now, I know I'm probably not the only person who struggles with making decisions or knowing where to take the next move sometimes. Whether that's knowing what to write about, making college decisions, or even deciding what intended major to put down on college applications. I'm sure we all find difficulty in making big decisions sometimes. Whether that's dreading the question, have you decided where you're going to college all of last month? Or like me, struggling deciding where to eat lunch with my Nana sometimes. It's normal to feel this way after all. Making these big decisions can change a lot about your life. Thankfully, we have been in an environment with such great support. We have had teachers who stay after school to help when we don't understand hard topics. And we've had coaches who support us through hard times inside and out of the classroom. And of course, we've had friends around us, sometimes acting as our conscience. But this environment has prepared us to take on the future head first and has helped us face challenges and be our best selves. But standing here today, we're faced with more uncertainty than ever. We are moving on to new chapters of our lives where many of us will be tasked with making new friends, moving away from home, and where it may feel like the support we have felt at Walker has faded a bit. But for the first time, we will have to make entirely new friends, schedule our own doctor's appointments, and on top of all that, we're stepping into a world that's changing faster than ever, where new technologies, shifting expectations, and future plans we once thought were more predictable are constantly changing in front of us. But as we move forward into this uncertain and ever-changing environment, we'll have to face those internal questions of, what if we make the wrong choice? What if we don't feel ready? And what if we don't feel ready? not as something to be fearful of, but something to embrace. Sometimes the best moments start when we were originally unsure of our decisions. When there was a class we were thinking about dropping but ended up loving, or a club or team we were skeptical of joining or trying out for, but ended up finding it as a new passion. It's easy to put something off just because it feels uncomfortable sometimes, but those moments are the moments we look back on and smile. They are the experiences that change us the most. So as we step into what comes next, there will be moments where nothing feels clear, moments where things don't click, and moments where we feel completely unprepared. But those moments aren't signs that we're doing something wrong or making the wrong decisions. Instead, they're signs that we're doing something new. So instead of procrastinating, waiting for clarity, for certainty, for the perfect moment, or to feel like things are clicking, maybe we should just start moving. Take opportunity even when we're unsure. Reach out even if it feels uncomfortable, and step forward even if we don't know exactly where it leads. Because we don't need everything to click in order to keep moving forward. We're not leaving here with all the answers, but we're leaving here ready, not because we feel certain, but because we've learned how to move forward without certainty. So the point is, don't wait for things to click. Maybe start moving anyway. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026.
Good morning, everyone. It is such an honor to introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Kate Callahan. Dr. Callahan graduated from the Walker School as valedictorian in 1997 before attending Princeton University, where she majored in psychology with a minor in theater. While at Princeton, she acted, directed, and managed student-run theater productions. She went on to attend Mount Sinai School of Medicine, where she graduated in 2005 and was elected into the AOA Honor Medical Society. She completed her residency at Brigham and Women's Hospital and returned to Mount Sinai for a fellowship in geriatrics. She now serves as an associate professor at Wake Forest University School of Medicine. At Wake Forest, she furthered her education by earning a master's degree in research science and a certificate in implementation science. Her work focuses on improving healthcare systems and advocating for older adults. When Dr. Callahan was promoted to full professor, she was pinned as only the 216th woman in Wake Forest University history to receive that honor. While academic medicine is still working towards greater equity for women, Dr. Callahan hopes to continue opening doors and creating a healthcare system where everyone has access to opportunities for advancement. At this point, I think we can all agree that Mr. and Ms. Arjona were absolutely correct when they described her as an absolute boss. Through our conversation, it was comforting to hear that there were moments in Dr. Callahan's career when she questioned whether she was on the right path. Looking at her resume, her journey appears linear and certain, but the way she described it was very different. She spoke honestly about the moments of uncertainty, challenges, and necessary pivots along the way. I think that serves as an important reminder to us graduates that the road ahead will come naturally with ups and downs, and that not having everything figured out is completely normal. For Dr. Callahan, it was taking things one step at a time through uncertainty, growth, and change that ultimately created such a beautiful and meaningful career. She spoke so fondly about her time here. She played on the volleyball team simply because the school needed more players to have a team. She served as a peer leader, ran our beloved Latin club, and was heavily involved in the theater productions. She formed lifelong friendships, including one with our very own Mr. Arjona. And for her, Walker was a place where she truly felt at home. It taught her not only how to succeed academically, but how to build community, lead alongside others, and continue learning from each and every single person around her. Dr. Callahan's story is one of intelligence, humility, service, and lifelong curiosity, all qualities that make Walker students so special. We are incredibly fortunate to have her back here with us today. Please join me in welcoming back from the class of 1997, Dr. Kate Callahan.
Thank you so much, Ella, for that amazing introduction. Okay, Katie's gonna yell at me. Mrs. Arjona's gonna yell at me if I don't fix my mic, so. All right, we good? All right. Ella, you're gonna make me cry before I even get started. Thank you. Thank you, Ella, for that kind introduction, and congratulations to the great class of 2026. To you, your parents, siblings, parents, siblings, family, friends, faculty, all those who have helped you achieve this milestone. Welcome to a truly special day. It is lovely to be back here at Walker after all these years to celebrate with you. Walker still feels like home to me. Like you, I scurried from class to class and tried to catch up with friends between periods, though our clandestine notes were on paper instead of text messages and Snapchat. Like you, I fretted about exams, especially APs, and wondered what my future would hold. And like you, I took part in multiple extracurriculars, and while I excelled at some, at others, I tried. Here's looking at you, volleyball. I'm sorry, Mr. Richardson. And like me, you'll have myriad fond memories of the playing fields and courts, the classrooms and labs, the traffic on Highway 41, the cafetorium, which is now your theater, but in my day, it was a theater that also served a really good tater tot. That one may just be me, because here's the thing. As I stand here in this beautiful building, it has been a minute since I sat where you are now, or where we were then, over there. And I confess that while I was extremely honored to be invited to speak today, I slightly panicked when I hung up the phone. Why me? At first, I thought you all just wanted to hear stories about when Mr. Arjona was in high school, and I do have those. But don't worry, Michael, what happens in Marietta stays in Marietta. So what could I talk about that might inspire a group of 18-year-olds? Because I spend my days talking to 81-year-olds. So I did what any self-respecting geriatrician would do, and I asked my patients. So here what follows is a concise-ish relating of 3 key pieces of advice I heard again and again from my older patients, reflecting on starting adulthood's journey and a life well lived. Okay, number 3. Say yes, okay? The world is vast, as your speakers said, and you will soon encounter opportunities beyond your imagining. So say yes, go somewhere new. Try something you think is too hard for you. Go for the scholarship, class, or job you think might be a little beyond your reach. At the very least, it'll make a good story. One patient shared his 3 years as a rock and roller, where he met and married his wife of 70 years. She was the lead singer. Another was a gynecologist in the 1980s who took on the challenge of learning about a mysterious new infection who ended up a national expert in HIV. Another took her mother's Moravian cookie recipe worldwide when a set of church friends said, "These are good enough to sell." And this has been true with much less glamour in my own career. About 6 years into my faculty position, I found myself restless. The day-to-day had gotten repetitive, and I was grumping at my colleagues about what type of research they should really be doing to improve quality of care for older adults. And a senior colleague called me out. "I'll support you to get a master's degree if you then go do that research you think needs to be done." This was a gauntlet thrown. I would essentially be starting over as a faculty member, this time in research, answering to folks younger than me. But 10 years later, I get to work at the juncture of clinical care, health systems quality, and research, leading a collaborative to improve senior care across the 3rd largest nonprofit health system in the country. And I know as Walker graduates, you already have the energy to say yes. How else does a small-ish, not anymore, school have so much going on? Because everyone says yes to the sports team, the spring musical, the volunteer organization, not just your thing, but in support of your people and your community. Say yes, and you'll grow. Okay? So, number 2, stay curious. At the risk of plagiarizing Ted Lasso, the second most common refrain was to become and stay curious. My most mentally active patients invariably start their appointments with me with the phrase, "Did you know?" One patient whose husband died about 10 years ago inherited the stock portfolio, and instead of passing this off to her adult children, she got a book, took a class, and started managing her own investments. At 87, she is now teaching her grandchildren how to do the same. Another couple accidentally started the first ever debate club based in a retirement community because their weekly discussion group about the week's headlines evolved into a regional debate society as senior citizens took to fervent research to understand the topics of the day. The most recent one was, is marriage obsolete? The no's won it by a hair. But I would say that curiosity is also protective. It's the cornerstone of the scientific method. It's also a prerequisite to be an effective physician. Lose curiosity and you've lost the thread that can lead you to a proper diagnosis. And I'm embarrassed to say that I lost my curiosity at one point during my training. 80+ hour weeks, bad Boston winters, and in one year, a particularly brutal flu season had all of us running on fumes, and my team sent a patient from the hospital to a rehab facility. Her infection was better, her vital signs had returned to normal, and all her labs looked good. But she returned to us about 6 hours later with a hip fracture. At first, we were appalled she'd fallen so soon after leaving us. And then the radiologist called us to say that her fracture was probably about a week old. We'd been so focused on treating her pneumonia that we never got curious about why she wasn't getting out of bed. Not my finest moment. Many years later, I started a new week at my hospital on service as the senior on-call doc for older adults admitted to our unit. My residents confidently informed me that our next patient was ready to go home. She had ruled out for an MI, or myocardial infarction, as we called the intensive workup for possible heart attack in those with chest pain. So I went in to see her to approve her discharge, and before leaving, asked her if her pain was better. No. I hesitated. My resident gave me the hairy eyeball. Everyone expected her to go home, including her, and there were certainly lots of people ready in the emergency department to take her spot. But I was curious. What was her pain from? My rather neurotic colleague had done a comprehensive workup for cardiovascular causes, so I asked how long it had been going on. Since her husband died after a long battle with dementia, she hadn't been eating. "She's depressed," mouthed my resident. "No, have you been depressed?" I asked. "No." Relieved. Is that awful? I said, "No, that's pretty common. But wait, why aren't you eating?" She said, "Well, that's when my chest hurts." So this changes everything. By mid-afternoon, we get the report of the 3 large ulcers in her stomach that were a couple of days from eroding through her stomach wall and into her aorta, the big blood vessel that runs down the entire body. This time, we stayed curious, and as a result, avoided disaster. But curiosity isn't just good for intellectual pursuits or solving diagnostic puzzles. It's also good for better understanding one of our greatest mysteries, why humans do what they do. We are so baffling, there are multiple sciences, anthropology, psychology, sociology, trying to explain us to ourselves. But my patients have a solution. Don't get mad, ask why. Asking why is respectful. It assumes the other person has reason, integrity, a problem to solve. Like my patients, you might discover that your spouse has hearing loss, or that your daughter is going through a brutal time at work. Or like me, you'll ask your 4-year-old why he has stolen 11 pillows to line the wall of his bedroom, and that's how you find out you have raccoons in the attic. Yeah. Curiosity saves relationships, and that leads me to the final piece of advice. Number 1, invest in relationships. A lousy mentor once told me that I shouldn't go into geriatrics because all I'll do is hold people's hands while they die. He was only mostly wrong. There is a lot of death, but those times near the very end, that's when the big truths come out. And mostly, these are about other people. Spouses, family, friends, sorrow over lost relationships, gratitude for strong ones, a sense of wholeness, or not. To a person, all my patients said to invest in your relationships. A retired professor nagged me to get home to my kids. Your publications aren't going to stand around your grave. Another talked about the sister she talks to every day, even though said sister no longer knows her name. Another talks about their farm, and how glad she is that she sold off the land to their kids. Now they all live within minutes of each other, which has made it easy to take care of mom and each other. I found out this week that my boss, who has been a mentor and friend for 15 years, is retiring soon. He's worked with his best friend for 25 years. Every week they've had lunch and have laughed and fought and figured out how to grow themselves and our department. Walker has modeled this for you too. People are going to tell you that you're not going to see your friends after today. Nonsense. That's a choice. You've shared something, some place, some people incredibly special, and the world is smaller than ever thanks to technology. There are people in this room and watching at home who I have known and loved for 30 and more years. College, jobs, marriages, kids, crises, celebrations, funny dog memes, long talks about what do I do next, because we are here to help each other. And this becomes kind of like a flywheel. By putting energy into our relationships, they are there for us when we need to draw on them. So I'll close with this thought from my Walker Latin teacher, Father Jim. Got Latin club in the house? Maybe? No? Thank you. All right. So Father Jim passed away. You guys left me hanging, man. All right. He passed away a couple of years ago. Now, when I took AP Latin, the four of us were the unlikeliest combination of students, a veritable breakfast club. For the graduates, that is a seminal work of film from late in the last century. All right, but we had in common this incredible, cheerful, impossible man, along with Horace, Catullus, and Virgil, and he would always end Fridays with, eat a banana, sleep till noon, carpe diem, quam minimum credulo postero, which he translated as, pluck the flower of the passing hour and enjoy its fragrance while ye may. Now, I'd like to think that Father Jim would have agreed with my patience. His ultimate sign-off was always this: long after the Latin is gone, the love will remain. Wherever it is that you do go, you'll be ready. Say yes, stay curious, invest in your relationships, and the Walker love will still be here for you. Thank you.
I will now present the diplomas to the class of 2026. Diploma presented by Nick Addison, class of 2021. Graduating summa cum laude, Grant Lewis Addison. Graduating summa cum laude, Abigail Frances Allen. Diploma presented by Channing Arnold, class of 2024. Graduating summa cum laude, Fallon Arnold. Elliot McKenna Axt. Oh. Presenting diploma, Elliot McKenna Axt. Owen Michael Axt. Myra Bobber. Ansley Ella Billamek. Graduating magna cum laude, Caroline Frances Black. Graduating summa cum laude, Hayden Elizabeth Black. Graduating summa cum laude, Charlotte Victoria Bertel. Graduating summa cum laude, Lily Brevick. Diploma presented by Scotty Fletcher Brewington, class of 1994. Graduating summa cum laude, Andrew Cash Brewington. Graduating magna cum laude, Dylan Alexander Brookmeyer. Graduating cum laude, Matthew Browning. Graduating cum laude, Jarrett Court Burkhalter. Ion Bussey. Diploma presented by Ariel Cadet, class of 2024. Malachi Cadet. Katia Sophia Calderon. Graduating magna cum laude, Isla Jaquila Callahan. Diploma presented by Andrew Cantu, class of 2025. Daniela Yohara Cantu. Diploma presented by Allie Carey, class of 2021, and Andrew Carey, class of 2023. Graduating summa cum laude, Anderson Robert Carey. Hudson Ramirez Carey. Graduating magna cum laude, Ella K. Cooper. Graduating magna cum laude, Lee Anthony Cornish. Diploma presented by Damian Davis, class of 2024. Dawson Matthew Davis. Jacob Thomas Dagey. Graduating magna cum laude, Parker Elizabeth Douglas. Graduating magna cum laude, Crosby Paul Dunman. Graduating summa cum laude, Joshua B. Eichenholz. Graduating cum laude, Chloe Espinoza. Graduating magna cum laude, Riley Elise Evans. Charlotte Rebecca Suzanne Fawcett. Graduating summa cum laude, Devin Fernand. Diploma presented by Avi Fox, class of 2025. Graduating summa cum laude, Talia Riley Fox. Diploma presented by Leanne Francois, class of 2021. Oh, sorry. Diploma presented by Leanne Francois, class of 2021, and Kyra Francois, class of 2024. Graduating summa cum laude, Ethan Caleb Francois. Kaylin Victoria Gibson. Graduating cum laude, Samuel Peyton Glatzer. Diploma presented by Luca Goodrum, class of 2024. Shia Goodrum. Evan Greenwood. Jonathan Griggs. Graduating magna cum laude, Kate Jordan Grosvenor. Graduating summa cum laude, Abigail Guillaume. Graduating magna cum laude, Jackson Earl Hamilton. Mackenzie Ariel Harlow. Graduating summa cum laude, Alec Edward Harvey. Diploma presented by Gabriel Higby, class of 2022. Graduating summa cum laude, Jackson T. Higby. Graduating summa cum laude, Zachary Huang. Graduating summa cum laude, Adeline Medley Hunter. Graduating summa cum laude, Ryan Injati. Graduating summa cum laude, Rohan Jain. Graduating summa cum laude, Isabella Jean. Dylan Simone Jefferson. Diploma presented by Isabel Jones, class of 2023. Oliver Jones. Savannah Gray Jordan. Graduating summa cum laude, Ansley Kennedy. Penelope Doran Karamides. Zach Kirsten. Graduating summa cum laude, Samuel George Kessler. Graduating summa cum laude, Zaina Khalifa. Graduating magna cum laude, Karma Kaylani Stankiewicz Kilfoyle. Graduating summa cum laude, Jaeyoung Kim. Dylan Francis Koppel. Diploma presented by Dylan Francis Koppel, class of 2026. Jason Koppel. Diploma presented by Dylan Francis Koppel and Jason Koppel, class of 2026. Graduating cum laude, Samuel Koppel. Graduating summa cum laude, Dylan Georgia Kravis. Diploma presented by Catherine Lambermont, class of 2024. John Lambermont. Ariel Janie Lewis. Graduating summa cum laude, Hao Billy Lee. Stella Liberman. Diploma presented by Sophie Lopez Padilla, class of 2024. Graduating summa cum laude, David Alejandro Lopez Padilla. Graduating magna cum laude, Lyndon Maurer. Graham Patrick McNeish. Diploma presented by Sasha Menzi, class of 2025. Graduating summa cum laude, Sydney Claire Menzi. Diploma presented by Ben Merritt, class of 2024. Graduating magna cum laude, Charles William Barrett. Graduating magna cum laude, Sana Mian. Graduating magna cum laude, Samuel Hale Miller. Diploma presented by Drew Mishra, class of 2024. Graduating summa cum laude, Marley Carlton Mishra. Graduating magna cum laude, Sam Moffett. Graduating summa cum laude, Rowan Brock Moore. Graduating cum laude, Abigail Mullen. Zachary Charles Manafo. Diploma presented by Avery Murray, class of 2025. Graduating summa cum laude, Morgan A. Murray. Graduating summa cum laude, David Bryant Nardone. Graduating summa cum laude, Lyric Simone Nobo. Graduating summa cum laude, Michael Kwabena Opoku-Menza. Graduating summa cum laude, Elizabeth Ovcharov. Graduating summa cum laude, Masoom Sanvi Paradi. Parida. Graduating cum laude, Rakesh Mithesh Patel. Graduating cum laude, Max Romanovsky Perrin. Aiden Hines Pettyjohn. Graduating cum laude, Marley Renee Preston. Graduating summa cum laude, Anthony James Prisco. Diploma presented by Elias Quinalty, class of 2022. Graduating summa cum laude, Calvin Henry Quinalty. London Anaya Roan. Chris Roche. Jared Robinette. Diploma presented by Kelsey Rail, class of 2024. Graduating summa cum laude, Jack Alexander Rail. Daniel Rojo. Graduating summa cum laude, Grant Holleran Roman. Graduating magna cum laude, Anna Roncini. Diploma presented by Charlie Rossich, class of 2021, and Matt Rossich, class of 2023. Graduating summa cum laude, Andrew Davis Rossich. Graduating cum laude, Madeline Russert. Graduating summa cum laude, Ava Sanderson. Diploma presented by Ava Sanderson, class of 2026. Graduating summa cum laude, Isabel Sanderson. Graduating magna cum laude, Joaquin Max Santos. Diploma presented by Sandra Schmitz, class of 2023. Graduating summa cum laude, Davis Ryan Schmitz. Samuel Shurin. Graduating summa cum laude, Jack Schumann. Graduating summa cum laude, Christian Hayden Scott. Diploma presented by Ethan Slipikoff, class of 2022. Ali Slipikoff. Graduating summa cum laude, Kennedy Alexandria Spencer. Diploma presented by Tanner Staus, class of 2023. Graduating summa cum laude, Avery Claire Staus. Graduating summa cum laude, Carly Sophia Stroh. Travis Tatum. Graduating summa cum laude, Audrey Taylor. Graduating summa cum laude, Caroline Elizabeth Turner. Graduating magna cum laude, Erin Camille Turnipseed. Graduating summa cum laude, Andrew Carter Tuskowski. Zoe Claire Villafranche. Graduating summa cum laude, Isaac Beecham Vroon. Graduating magna cum laude, Gracie Alexandra Wade. Diploma presented by Isabella White, class of 2023. Graduating magna cum laude, Julia White. Graduates, if you join the class of 2026 in primary school, would you please rise? If you join the class of 2026 in lower school, would you please stand? If you join the class of 2026 in middle school, would you please stand? And if you join the class of 2026 in high school, would you please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, Walker School's class of 2026.
Please remain standing for the singing of our Walker School alma mater, which you will find in your program. Walker School, our alma mater, there will never ever be again such a place and such a time as this, in which we've made these lifelong friends. in the shadows of the mount where cannon echoed and kin opposed, Father Walker set a lamp aflame, and thus our Walker School arose. Years pass by and memories forged here will forever in our hearts remain. Like the sun she watches over, even at our final journey's end. Hail to Walker, lift our voices, sing her praises where'er we go. From these halls and fields of honor, bear the banner of maroon and gold. Thank you. You may be seated.
We, as faculty, friends, and family, hold in our hearts our highest hopes for our school, its children, and these honored graduates before us. May each graduate embrace this life with an abundance of empathy, love, kindness, understanding, and a sincere, caring attitude with which to face the world and those with whom we share it. Our highest aspirations are that as they pursue their dreams, they will remember also to serve others. As they develop their individual skills and talents, they will remain humble while realizing their unique gifts. As life presents challenges, they will see these moments as opportunities for growth and learning. And lastly, as they require material things, they will be mindful that their most important possessions are honesty, integrity, and the desire to make a difference. As the novel The Prophet states, and we as their faculty would say in parting, much have we loved you. Let us join together to wish these graduates a life of meaning in all they pursue. Grant, Abby, Fallon, Elliot, Owen, Myra, Ansley, Caroline, Hayden, Charlotte, Lily, Cash, Dylan, Matthew, Jack, Ion, Malachi, Katya, Isla, Yohara, Anderson, Hudson, Ella, Lee, Dawson, Jacob, Parker, Crosby, Joshua, Chloe, Riley, Charlotte, Devin, Talia, Ethan, Kaylin, Sam, Shia, Evan, Jonathan, Kate, Abby, Jackson, Mackenzie, Alec, Jackson, Zach, Addie, Ryan, Rohan, Isabella, Dylan, Oliver, Savannah, Ansley, Kaz, Zach, Sam, Zaina, Karma, Jay, Dylan, Jason, Sam, Dylan, John, Ari, Billy, Stella, David, Lyndon, Graham, Sydney, Charlie, Sana, Sam, Marley, Sam, Rowan, Abby, Zachary, Morgan, David, Lyric, Michael, Av, Masoom, Rakesh, Max, Aiden, Marley, Anthony, Calvin, London, Chris, Jared, Jack, Daniel, Grant, Anna, Andy, Maddie, Ava, Isabel, Joaquin, Davis, Sam, Jack, Christian, Allie, Kennedy, Avery, Carly, Trav, Audrey, Caroline, Erin, Andrew, Zoe, Isaac, Gracie, and Julia, Congratulations, graduates. And now, one more time, we ask the Walker School Class of 2026 to lead the way.